Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mariam Idris. So my question is, how do you cope well with a partner that is don't have a strong connection with Allah when it comes to salat and other ibadah? Do we keep encouraging the person, or we just leave the person to change whenever, because you just want to keep encouraging and we don't know when the person is ready to actually change? So how do we cope with such person? Because the truth is, it might be very tiring to keep talking to the person over and over again. How do we actually do this? Please, we need help on that. Jazakumullahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد. A questioner asks if what should a woman do, a woman who is married but the husband is not very committed to Islamic practice. What should that woman do? Should she seek divorce and leave the marriage because of the religious level of religious commitment of the man? So if Allah has not created us to be equal in our commitment to our faith, so that is why Jannah is not even the same. So we have so many categories of Jannah, so many grades in Jannah. There will be some people who will be in Firdaus. Not everybody will do deeds that will qualify them to go for the Firdaus, but they too, they will enter Jannah. And there are some people who even first go to hellfire before they end up in Jannah. There are some people will be punished in the grave, and after that, they'll be purified, and in the end, they make it to Jannah without going to hellfire at all. So Allah knows how He's going to deal with everyone, and Allah knows how He's going to judge everyone. But every good deed a person does, you are going to get reward for it in the sight of Allah. And every bad deed a person does, if Allah wishes, He forgives, and if Allah wishes, He punishes the person. So in the case of a husband who is not very committed in the deen, a woman should not look down on her husband because of a level of religious commitment. The reason is that Islamically, we are not allowed to be judgmental. You don't judge anyone. You don't judge anyone. We only encourage one another. We are meant to be du'at, not qudat. Du'at is those who advise others, guide others, encourage others to be more committed and more upright. But we are not qudat. We are not judges over people. So we look at what this man is neglecting in his deen. If what he is doing, qualifies him to be a kafir, he declares that he's not yet a Muslim, or he commits shirk, like going to church, for example, or going to Babalawo, and he does things like slaughtering something for other than Allah. If the husband does that, that is shirk, or he declares that he doesn't believe in any God, that's atheism, so it's not his kafir. So, or he says that he's not a Muslim, that means that that man is not a Muslim. So in that case, we will encourage that woman to look for ways of getting her husband more committed, maybe by taking him to scholars he respects, or any elders the man he respects, so that they can talk to him. So the woman may also buy Islamic literature or do anything that she knows that she can do in order to encourage the husband to be more committed. So if that doesn't work, then that woman is not allowed to stay with a man who is a kafir. But if what the man does doesn't amount to kufru, then the woman should be patient with him. If, for example, he prays and maybe he doesn't pray regularly, or he combines his salats, Maghrib, Zuhri, Asri, Maghrib, Isha, he combines them at the time of Isha, for example, he's still a Muslim, so we only need to be praying for him. So the woman should be praying for such a husband. And if the man drinks, so you look for a way through which you can get him off this kind of bad behavior. So you should not be judgmental. You should never let your husband see that you are being judgmental to him, or you look down upon him just because you think you are more religious than him. Another thing is that you have been blessed to be more committed in an aspect of the deen. So why the other person may also be blessed in some things. There are some people, what elevates them is their purity of heart, apart from the major things that a Muslim must do, like observing Salat, for example, fasting in the month of Ramadan. So anyone who does this, so there are some people, it may not be very good when it comes to doing much nafila. Fasting on Mondays and Thursdays, doing tahajjud, they may not be good. They may not even have the time to sit down and read the Quran, but they can give in charity. So that ends them in Lord's reward in the sight of Allah. They have purity of heart. That ends in a great reward in the sight of Allah. They invest in people. They make positive impact on people. It ends them great rewards in the sight of Allah. So we should never mock anyone, and we should never be judgmental to anyone. So the woman should encourage her husband. Whatever he does well, he should encourage her. Mashallah, my husband, Abu, something. Oh, I like to see you praying. So I'm always happy when I see you praying. So when he fasts, for example, you prepare good food for him. But anytime you fast, for example, I make sure I treat you. I give you my best food. So let's see, anything, just try to encourage him. Anyone that is encouraged, you are likely going to do better than you have been doing. And we should be asking for forgiveness of Allah for each other. May Allah make us better Muslims.